I thought I had an amazing short and it only got 10 views is not actually good. And your audience just tells you it's not. Sorry, we're going to have to spend $12 million on trampolines. Those videos are just, it's so hard to not have fun in them. Like,
isn't as good as you think.
Dream, when he started playing Minecraft. I've never seen a video in Minecraft go this viral. Are you like buying views or what?
Welcome back to Blueprint. Today it is episode 10. Today we're going to be throwing everything you know about content and throwing it out the window because of creators like Sam Sulek.
Indeed. We're also going to be talking about our biggest video of the year that we're about to release and what we think about it. But before that, we have some questions that we got in the comments that we're going to answer. And I think this is something that's super helpful. So let's get right into it. So we have this comment from Hazho Vlogs. I hope I said that right.
I don't know. I've never read it.
But I encourage all of you guys to leave comments in the comment section below. And if you find anything valuable out of this podcast, please share it with your friends, your creator friends. Our only mission is to just share our knowledge of what it means to be a creator on all of you guys and help you guys grow. And the only way we grow the show is by you sharing it with your friends and leaving comments like Hazo did in the description. Hopefully I said your name right. I apologize if I didn't. So he said, hey, Nathan, I thought I had a 10 out of 10 short. And when he says 10 out of 10, I think he means like
the best. Like he's
the best,
his rating.
Because on YouTube, 1 out of 10 is actually the best.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought I had an amazing short and it only got 10 views. I don't see a problem with the video. It had over 80% retention, only one person swiped away, and it was the same genre as all my other videos. What would you do if you had this situation? Before we answer the question, and I would love for you to answer it first, and then I'll answer it because you're a lot better at shorts than I am. But I do want to say that he also left a couple comments in our course. Now, we have a course on our website. It is completely free. I'm teaching you guys how to think of viral video ideas, all the strategies I use to think of viral video ideas that I've gotten 17 billion views. We're also filming something next week about all of my retention strategies, and we're giving all of this away for free. Yes, $0. All you have to do is go to the website. It's the link in the description. You can fill out the form because we want to know if you are a creator already or if you want to be a creator, and then it will give you access. All you have to do is make an account and you get access to those videos. Really that simple. But going back to the question, what do you think, right? You upload a short. Mm-hmm. It has 80% retention. Right? Only one person swiped away. It's the same genre of all your other videos. You think the short has incredible potential, but it just doesn't hit. What do you do? What's your thoughts?
YouTube Shorts is different because sometimes you just got to let your video cook a little bit. You got to put it in the oven, let it bake for a while, and then eventually it'll get views. I will say retention is a lot different on shorts as well. 80% on a long form video is incredible, and we would all be freaking out about that. Yep. But 80% on a short isn't as good as you think because those videos are meant to be watched multiple times. They're supposed to be short, hence the name. Yep. You're supposed to watch them all the way through. So your retention, you're aiming for 95 to 110%, 120%. Yep. So I would say kind of go back to what your video is and see if is it actually an engaging video. It may be the same as all of your other videos, but maybe there's something about it. Maybe it's the intro that's slightly off that people are swiping away. Yeah. Because if they're so quick and there's only 80% of people viewing it, then they're probably swiping away pretty quickly. Even though it says one person swiped away, you got to take YouTube analytics with a grain of salt as well because it's not going to be the most accurate thing ever.
Yeah, that's very true. I have two things to touch on this. First, 80% retention on a short is not actually good. Yeah. Creators think it's good. Some of our best shorts have like 130% retention, which means a viewer watches it all the way through, and then they watch 30% of it again, and then they swipe away, right? Now, of course, we've had some shorts that have around 95 to 98% retention that have like 20 million views. So you don't have to shoot, right? It depends on what the short is about. But my second thing about this is if you think this short is incredible, right? And that's good. You should think your content is incredible. But the audience and the market is going to tell you right away if it's actually incredible or if it's actually not, right? So I think that's just one thing to think about, right? Like, why do you think it's incredible? And why is your reason for thinking that it's incredible actually valid? And does it actually align with the expectations of the audience, right? So sometimes it's more of like, a mindset thing where it's kind of like, oh, I think this piece of content's really good. And then you post it and you just get reality checked and your audience just tells you it's not, sorry. And then you just move on and go to the next one. It is what it is, right? I mean, there's thousands of companies and businesses and creators that launch videos and products and services every single day. And their audience, their market tells them right away if it's good or not, right? Because if it's good, it's going to hit, right? So just one thing to consider. I think it's more of a mindset thing. I don't think it's an analytical thing, right? I know some creators that are hugely successful, 10 million plus subscribers, and they don't even look at analytics. I asked them what's their retention on their recent video. They're like, I haven't looked at my retention in 4 months. Jeez. So, but those creators are highly aligned with their audience, and they know everything about them. So they don't need to worry about the numbers, right? So just think about, and another thing to do is take your short, and if you think it's really good, why don't you compare it to other shorts in your same category or genre that are also good? Let's say you make a short about cooking food. Okay, cool. Go find some of the highest viewed YouTube shorts that are also about making food and dissect them. Why does this have so many views? And sometimes you're like, I don't even know why it has so many views, right? but dissect them. Maybe it was the topic. Maybe I was very curious. Why did I watch till the end? Watch 30 shorts on food and be like, why did this one make me watch till the end? Why was this one making me curious? This one wasn't interested. This one I wasn't interested in, but maybe I wasn't interested in because I don't like that kind of food, but maybe these other people do, right? There's a lot of things to consider. I don't say to compare your videos, right? Because a lot of people, the quote, like, comparison is the thief of joy or whatever. I think that's true, right? Because ultimately the way you stand out is not by comparing and then making yourself better. It's instead being different. But when you're young in the YouTube space and in the YouTube game, you have to compare because that's the best way to grow, right? You start off by comparing and just learning to get better and better and better and better. And after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos or shorts, you eventually figure out how to be different. You find things that your audience enjoys that's different. You lean more into those different paths and you carve your own path. And that's where you find like the real growth. But that's my 2 cents.
No, I mean, I totally agree. I think, especially as a new creator, you just got to keep evaluating all the stuff that you're putting out. It's all about output, but also, improving every single time. If it's 80%, think about it like this. Are people getting engaged with the hook of your video, or are they getting the payoff a little bit too early? Those are two little, I guess, key things to kind of keep your eyes out for.
Another thing to mention, just quick thing, and I feel like a lot of people know this, but YouTube Shorts, like, you have 2 seconds to engage that audience. 2 seconds. You have 2 seconds to decide whether they're staying on your video or swiping, right? So what's the first 2 seconds of that short? Just one thing to think about.
Yeah, YouTube Shorts, it's a weird game. The algorithm is different on every platform, whether it's IG Reels, TikTok, Shorts. It's all different.
Yep.
I will say, it is counterproductive to talk about retention all the time. And I want to get into Sam Sulek's videos, the guy who is not doing anything that we're talking about
retention at all.
He's one of those creators that doesn't care about a good thumbnail. He doesn't care about retention. I don't even think he edits his videos. They're like 30-minute videos.
30, 45 minutes of him just at the gym talking.
Yeah.
Working out. Dude's super ripped.
Yeah. So for context, Sam Sulek is a fitness influencer vlogger.
Dude's been blowing up online.
Yeah, every video that he posts is about 30 minutes long. The thumbnail is a screen grab from the video. The title is super basic. It's like weight loss or bulking day 48. And each video is at either 400K to like 1 million views.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
It's hard to say because I haven't watched a lot of his videos, but I can give my perspective from what I know on doing YouTube for 11 years. The first thing I'll say is from the looks of it, I don't know a lot about bodybuilding, but Sam is his physique. If you're into working out, his physique is insane, right? Like, people are comparing him to like Chris Bumstead and some of those guys that are like Olympian athletes, right? And the reason I say that is because that right away is going to get a lot of people talking about his physique, right? A perfect example is, I don't know if everyone will get this reference, but Dream when he started playing Minecraft, right?
It's a bold comparison.
Or Ninja when he started playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
These two guys, Dream and Ninja, were insanely skilled at playing these video games. And it's one of the reasons they blew up. It's not the main reason, but one of the reasons they blew up is because they were so incredibly skilled. Like the things they were pulling, the tricks and plays they were doing, like no one has ever seen, right? Sam's kind of the same way. And what I mean by that is his physique is just so insane that you want to talk about it. You talk about it with your friends at the gym, right? All your gym bros. You're like, yo, you see this guy, Sam? This is great. Like, look at this. Dude, look at his biceps. Look at his back. Like, how does your back even look like that? You know, like it gets you talking about it, right? So you're spreading word of mouth. And word of mouth spreads incredibly fast, right? The other thing that I think is helping his growth is his video titles, thumbnails, and what is actually inside the video. While Sam probably does not care about retention at all, but they are highly aligned. The title, the thumbnail, and what you get on inside the video is very aligned. Before you click on the video, you know exactly what you're going to get. You can tell right away because it will be like back cut day, day 72 or whatever his title is. And you see the timestamp. You see it be a 32-minute video or whatever. You know when you click on that video, it's going to be long. It's going to be raw. You just know it, right? And a lot of like the old fitness content from what I've seen, I'm not a big fitness person, but a lot of the biggest fitness videos are those super raw videos of like Ronnie Coleman and Arnold working out for really long periods. Those people in fitness space just love it. So my point is like, he's highly aligning with the audience's expectation before they even click on the video. They're getting exactly what they see. It's very raw, very authentic. But also, he is perfectly aligned with what the audience wants to see. All these guys that work out and go to the gym, they want to see these guys just like rawness of working out. They don't want to see a hyper cut, like Mr. Beast style hype gym montage.
Yeah.
Like they don't care about that, right? They want this. It aligns with what the audience actually wants, which I think is another reason he's blowing up. He's also doing his content different than all the other gym people, right? All the other gym people are doing shorts and they're doing TikToks and they're doing these little videos of them being like, oh yeah, just do these 10 reps and then do this. His content's different. No one's posting gym content like him. So I think it's a lot of factors. Kind of like what we said in the Ryan Trahan video. If you haven't seen that video on this channel, go check it out. It's like one of our best videos. But Ryan Trahan's Penny series was good, not because of one element, but because all the elements together make a masterpiece, right? And I think Sam, all his elements working together, his physique, his ability to align with the audience's expectations, his ability for the title and thumbnail to be super authentic. So when you click on it, you get exactly what you see. All of those things and a couple others just combining together, I think just, make his success. And also another thing is like his personality. That's another thing I'll touch on. I think a lot of people, what I've noticed, and again, I haven't watched a ton of his videos, but a lot of people really, really watch his videos for him, his personality, his comments, the way he does commentary, how nice he is. Like, I see a lot of comments like that. So it's like people are clicking with him very quickly and they really like his personality and his vibe, and they watch one video and they're like, man, I want to watch another one. Like, I really like that guy's vibe. Like, he was just cool to listen to. Like, it was relaxing, or it was, I don't know, it was nice, right? Like, whatever they feel. It's kind of the same reason people watch like Emma Chamberlain or Casey Neistat, right? Like, they like that vibe, they like that style, and they want to come back to it. So a lot of factors, right? But yeah, of course, it's very interesting for a creator to blow up and not be focused on retention and have no thumbnails on their videos.
Well, it goes to show that anything that we're talking about isn't set in stone.
Nope.
Like we say all the time, there's no such thing as a perfect video. The algorithm isn't what's causing your video to perform poorly. Everything kind of, if the video is good, I think everything boils down to if your content is actually good. And I think the reason why Sam's blowing up so much is authenticity, like you said. I think we're seeing a shift in the YouTube space. YouTube strategist Jay Alto, I'm pretty sure you spoke with him before. He made a video recently called "Is YouTube Changing?" And surprisingly, this was a 1 out of 10 for him. It was a sit-down video of him talking about Sam Sulek and how
Really?
yeah, it was just a really casual conversation. Him just sitting down. It was sort of like a photoshopped thumbnail, nothing like a Mr. Beast style, just his face, text on screen, really basic stuff, but very simple. Are we going back to like a simple time of YouTube? I'm actually kind of excited for that. That sounds fun.
I mean, maybe. I think like the more simple times of YouTube, I think YouTube cycles just kind of repeat themselves. We've talked about this before on the podcast, but like through my mind, I started YouTube, for those of you who don't know, playing Minecraft, right? Played Minecraft for 10 years, grew 2 different channels, one to 10 million subs, another one to 7 million subs. And when you're in one category of content for 10 years, you notice a lot of things that change. There's certain things that trend and then they don't trend. And then they come back to trending and then they don't trend. But these are like 5-year cycles. It's not like, oh, it was trending in February and now in July it's not trendy. Like, no, it was trending for 2 years straight and now it's dead. And then 3 years later, it's trending again, right? So these are like big, like very long economic cycles. The problem is like everyone just ultimately follows each other and they kind of follow what the viewers are doing. And if the audience stops watching these longer story-based videos, then everyone's going to switch to the faster cut, the better style, or whatever it is. And then when the audience stops watching those, they're going to switch back to the other, right? We just got to keep adapting and changing. Yeah, I mean, YouTube could be going back into a phase like that. But also, like, stories will always be powerful in my eyes. The better story you can tell, like, the better emotion you're going to form with your audience. And when you form emotion with your audience, you build connection as well. And when you build connection, people want to come back for another video. So like stories are super powerful to tell.
Stories and connecting with your audience for sure. I was reading some of Sam's comments and they were like, I love that I could just put this on and it feels like Sam's just talking to me. We're having like this one-on-one conversation about fitness, or we're just living life and stuff like that.
That's his personality.
Yeah. And I think that is definitely super important.
Yeah. Another good person, like the comment that you just said, would be like David Dobrik.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you watch his videos, the way he films them and the way his personality and vibe and everything, it makes you feel, those videos get so many views because it makes you feel like you're in it with him. It makes you feel like you're a part of his friend group doing the challenge, doing the thing together, or whatever he's doing. And it's kind of the same as Sam's videos, right? Just, 38 minutes instead of 4 minutes like David Dobrik. But
yeah, I mean, it goes to show, too, that you can literally post anything you want, and there's a chance that it'll blow up. So stop overthinking your content, make some videos.
No, literally, like some of my stupidest videos that I almost deleted because I thought they were so bad have been some of my most viral.
It's always the videos you think are going to perform the worst that perform the best, or the videos you don't care about at all that perform the best.
Yep. So I'll give you 2 funny stories about that. I had this video. It was one of my first viral videos. This is actually how I met Preston. Okay. So I had this video. It was called "How Much TNT Does It Take to Blow Up Your Minecraft House?" Right? Ended up making the video. I didn't think the video was very good. I made the thumbnail. Didn't think it was very good. I re-edited the video once and then I edited it again. I'm just like, this video just sucks. I don't know why. It's just boring. I couldn't point to something and I couldn't figure out why it was boring, but it just sucked. And I almost deleted it. And I was like, you know what? Let's just try to post it. Worst comes to worst, it does bad. Whatever. I was just like, screw it, Posted the video, ended up getting 3.5 million views in 1 week. Number 1 on trending for a Minecraft video, which today is kind of normal. Like Minecraft videos go on trending.
Yeah.
This was 6 years ago. 6 years ago, Minecraft videos don't go on trending. It's like not a thing. That's how I met Preston. Preston DM'd me. He's like, dude, I've never seen a video in Minecraft go this viral. What the heck are you doing? Are you like buying views or what? And I'm like, no, I don't even know what's going on. It just went viral, right? I have no idea why it went viral. I'm sure I could put together an analysis of why it went viral. It was a very unique video, but I didn't think it was, right? But my audience did, right? Right when I posted it, like when we talked about that comment, like I didn't think it was good, but my audience, the market told me right away, this is incredible. Another idea. I'm sure you remember this one.
Oh boy.
Last to leave the pool.
Oh,
on the Unspeakable channel.
That was one of my first few videos that I've ever filmed on that channel.
This video was like 3 years ago. We filmed this video. Me, James, and Gabe were just messing around in the pool. We called it Last to Leave the Pool. We just stayed in the pool and played around. Dumbest video we've ever made. We ended up actually losing one of our thumbnail artists 1 day or 1 or 2 days before the video went up. We didn't have a thumbnail artist to make the thumbnail for the video. So I was like, screw it. I'll make the thumbnail. And keep in mind, I haven't made a thumbnail in years, right? We've had so many thumbnail artists. I haven't made a thumbnail in years. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make the thumbnail. I try to make the thumbnail. It's terrible. The thumbnail is still on YouTube if you want to see it. It's terrible. And I almost didn't post the video because I was like, no, I need a better thumbnail. But then I was like, I don't want to miss Saturday's video. I don't want to miss it. Posted the video has 50 million views.
All you did was get a screen grab and put day 3 text.
Yep.
In the top right.
I literally that thumbnail is just a image from the video. It's not an actual thumbnail. And then I just put the word day 3. I tried to make a couple other thumbnails, but they just looked too fake. And I was like, and I didn't want to use that thumbnail too because there were so many things going on in the thumbnail. So I thought I was too busy. And then I don't know, something in me was just like, you know what, just post it, just screw it, just see what happens. Sometimes you just got to say screw it and just post the video and and those have been some of my best videos. So
yeah. So to touch on that, I was listening to the Colin and Samir podcast the other day, and they were talking about another creator, an upcoming creator who wanted to start making videos. And they had mentioned that people get wrapped up in the outcome of a video and they stopped focusing on the process of that. And I think that's kind of what you just said, is you were so focused on the outcome of the video, but you're like, screw it, I'm just going to post it. It blew up. Mm-hmm. But, you were stressing yourself out because you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to post this because it's probably not going to perform well. I think people are kind of needing to go back to that mentality where they're like, yeah, you should worry about the outcome, but not as much as the creative aspect of actually making that video. And so they did mention in the podcast to that specific creator, said, take 90 days and just make videos, challenge yourself, and just post. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So
I think it's a good idea.
For 90 days, and this is tough because I'm going to start it right before we go on like holiday vacations and all that stuff like that. So 90 days, once a week, I'm going to try to upload a long form YouTube video and we'll see how my channel grows. And we're going to document the entire process.
Ooh, I like this.
So you'll see the behind the scenes, the growth of my YouTube channel. We're going to make a little mini documentary style video for here on the Blueprint channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed to check that out. I am speaking this into existence.
This is like happening now.
I don't know.
Next week?
I am going to LA next week, which is
your first video.
Going to be the first video.
Let's go.
So yeah, dude, I'm like speaking it into existence. I'm like, dang, can I actually pull this off? I was thinking about it this morning because I was like, what am I going to talk about on the podcast today? Oh, I should bring this up.
Yeah.
But can I actually do it? And now that I'm talking about it, I got to commit to it.
Yep.
So we'll see. It's going to be a brutal grind for sure. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I want to get to a point to where I'm just uploading long form videos. And like we talked about in the earlier podcast, stop being so worried about making the perfect video. So that's my goal, is to not make the perfect video. Yeah. Make the best video I can make and just post it.
Long form is king, dude. I mean, like long form pays the bills, short form builds the brand.
Yeah. Yeah. So I built the brand and I'm ready to pay the bills, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, short form can pay the bills too, but long form pays the bills a lot more.
Short form do be paying the bills. Yeah. I will tell you that.
But long form
will also pay the bills.
More bills.
Well, the thing about short form is you only have like X amount of time for that video to perform, whereas long form videos, they will just perform over time. So like if I post a TikTok, it maybe has 2 days to perform. And then after that, it'll never get views ever again. That's how it goes.
Yeah. I've seen both. A weird thing, and I'm looking into this more because I don't understand it. I had a video the other day. It was on one of my gaming channels. This video is 2 years old. Haven't touched it in 2 years. Didn't change the thumbnail. Didn't change the title. Like nothing. Out of nowhere, this video got like an extra 10 million views in a month.
10 million?
Like out of nowhere. Just like, and the video was completely dead. Like no one was clicking.
What was the video?
It was like it was called like Monster Truck versus Giant Hole or something.
And this was a month ago?
Yeah.
Do you think this has to do with the train versus pit video that Mr. Beast uploaded?
No, because I looked at the where the views are coming from, and it's not even from that video. It's just from a bunch of random videos.
That's so strange.
So I'm looking more into this stuff, and I've had this happen many times. This is not just one, but yeah, I mean that's a perfect example of like long form videos just perform over a very long time horizon. Like a perfect example is like our tornado video. When we first launched it, the first week it got like 3 or 4 million views. Checked it the next week, it had 6 million. Checked it the next week, it had 8 million. Checked it next month, it has 12 million. Checked it last week, it has 15 million. Next thing you know, I'm going to look at the video, it's going to have 32 million, right? Same thing with our trampoline when we filled this house with trampolines. First week, that video got 5 million views. Next month, it had 15. I just looked at it last week, it had 55 million, right? That video has just been slowly just cranking the views month over month. So
I think YouTube is an oven, and then your video's got
big,
to cook.
big fat oven.
Your video's got to bake. But
It's a big oven, and it's only set to 92 degrees.
so we're going to take a while to cook.
It's going to take a while to cook.
But Instagram and TikTok, those are microwaves.
Yeah,
Hit the 30-second timer.
exactly.
And that's all you got to get your videos to cook, brother. That's what I'll get.
Think about it. Long form is like cooking like a turkey for Thanksgiving, right? You leave that boy in the oven for like 8 hours. Whereas like short form, you throw your microwavable meal into the oven
pizza
for
rolls.
a minute and 32 seconds.
Your Hot Pocket.
Yeah, there you go. That's the best way I can describe
That's
it.
a great analogy. I was just thinking of YouTube as an oven. And I'm thinking all of our content as like turkeys. It's just Thanksgiving food.
They're just all roasting.
They're just all on like this little rotating stick.
Dude, it's so true though. Videos take a long time to cook.
Yeah, and then to go back to the comment that you responded to earlier, shorts could blow up, but TikToks and Instagram Reels, be careful with those because those literally only get like 1 or 2 opportunities to pop off.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on like what your goals are as a creator, right? Like some creators are just so young into the process that all they want is views, right?
Yep.
So they're probably going to go for short form because it's the easiest content to make, it's the quickest to grow. They're not going to go right after long form because long form is very difficult. You know, you got to think of titles and thumbnails, and you got to think of how do I entertain this audience for 10 or 12 minutes, and then what do I do? And then, oh, that's only one video. Oh, I got to make one every week, or I got to make 13 every month, or however many you want to post.
You're not helping me. I'm getting scared.
And then, yeah, it's overwhelming when you think of it in the big picture. But then shorts can also build a really, really good brand for you, right? Like if you have a business, let's say you have a lawn care business, right? And you're making lawn videos like that S&B mowing guy.
Dude's making racks.
Yeah, right? Like he's making shorts, right? And it's I don't know if he actually has a lawn care business. Does he actually?
I would imagine
he should.
so. I'd imagine
He
so.
should. He would be the biggest lawn care business in that state, whatever state he's in, if he did. But like that's an example, right? So he's building those shorts to blow up other parts of his business, right? So I think shorts are a great brand builder. I mean, and then long form is a great bill payer.
Bill payer.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
And also a brand builder. It does 2 in 1, but it's a lot more difficult.
So you mentioned filling the house with trampolines.
Yes.
This will now go
I know
into...
where we're going with this because I've been working on this video for like 3 months.
You want to go ahead and talk about that?
Oh, buddy, oh, pal. So I just actually watched the final cut.
I left my notes last night.
Yeah, we watched the final cut of this video this morning. A little context. So we are posting one of our biggest videos of the year. When I say biggest, I don't necessarily mean most expensive, although this is probably one of the most expensive videos we've done this year. When I say biggest, I mean like what I think is one of our biggest and best ideas. I guess I can say what the video is because by the time this podcast goes up, it will already be out. The video is I turned a city into a trampoline park. We had the other video where we did I turned my house into a trampoline park. That video had 55 million views.
A lot of views.
In like a year, which is crazy. So we were trying to think of other places to turn into trampoline parks. So we're like, what if we did a city, right? Went down the path of brainstorming a legit city, and then we were like, oh, we're going to have to spend $12 million on trampolines, even in a small city, right? And we didn't really want to do a small little town because we're like, that's kind of lame too, because it's not really a city, right? So then we found this place called Kidzania, which is basically a mini city for kids. And it looks like a legit city. Like it's really, really cool. So we're like, oh, we'll fill this city with trampolines. It's a lot more cost effective. We don't have to spend $12 million on trampolines, which is insane. I would never do that anyways. And then we ended up partnering with a bunch of people, making it happen. It was a lot of people to set up these trampolines because it was like in the Kidzania was like inside of a mall.
Yeah.
So we had to bring, I think we had like 200 trampolines. We had like 3 different crews building 200 trampolines. We had 2.5 days to build them. We only rented the place for a week because it was super expensive to rent out the whole place. So 2.5 days building all the trampolines, 200 trampolines. I mean, think about how long it takes to build a trampoline, right? Like you got to put all the metal together. You got to put every single spring on.
It's the worst.
Like it's not like a easy like
No, it
couple
sucks.
screws, right? You got to do it 200 times. Okay. And then we had to film. We filmed tons of different content there. We had Britt and Drew come down, which are our great friends, and they filmed some of their videos. We filmed some stuff for our studios channel, and then of course we filmed the big boy, the main video that goes on the Unspeakable channel. So that video is done. That was like 2 weeks ago when we filmed it. Editors have been cranking on it ever since. Do you remember how much footage we had?
Ooh, that's a great question. Definitely under a terabyte. That's for sure. I would say 300, 400 gigs.
Yeah. So that's how much.
I wouldn't know.
That's how much we filmed. Obviously, we had a ton of different cameras. We had drones. We also filmed a day in the life.
Yeah. So
which is going to be sick. Which is going to be on this channel. It's probably out by now.
Yeah, it might come out the same day as this podcast comes
Yeah.
out. We'll see.
But we filmed a day in the life behind the scenes of what it was like to make this video. So I think that will be really cool to share with you guys. And also, if you want to see more day in the lives, you just filmed a day in the life for ZHC.
I did, yeah.
That'll be cool. So we'll be doing more stuff with other creators. But anyways, ended up filming that video. It was a ton of fun. I mean, those videos are just, it's so hard to not have fun in them. Like, I mean, you just feel like a kid, right? There's trampolines everywhere. So much stuff to do.
My legs were sore.
What I hate giving predictions on videos because, as you know, what we talked about previous on this podcast, I've had some of my worst videos.
Yeah.
Some of my worst videos be my most viral, whereas some of my best videos that I thought were the best were actually some of my worst videos. So I'm not going to give my predictions on what I think this video will do because I just don't want to foreshadow that. But what are your thoughts of the video? In its state, the way it was edited, the way we filmed it. I obviously have a lot of notes on what we could have improved because every video could be better. There's no such thing as a perfect video.
Yeah.
What are your 2 cents?
So in terms of filming, obviously we could have shot it a little bit more efficiently. I think the team still did an incredible job. But there were scenes that I know we pointed out. We're like, hey, we're not going to use this, but we filmed it anyway. And we shot it for like an hour. Brutal. The day was like...
Talk about the Jenga?
I'm talking about Jenga. I'm talking about cooking a pizza for like 45 minutes. Dude, in the edit, it is a 5-second bit of them making pizza.
It's
From
crazy.
45 minutes
Yeah,
to
we
like
made
5 seconds.
The intro. We made pizza because we're like, the first thing we're gonna do in this city is we're hungry, so we're gonna make pizza. That bit that you saw that was like 20 seconds of making pizza was actually 45 minutes in real life.
Yeah.
It was actually probably an hour, a little over an hour, because we also had to receive training for the pizza, and then they had to make it, and it was like, you know, and we filmed the entire thing.
Yeah.
And then we ended up using like 12 seconds of it.
I think identifying those moments, seeing like, what can we possibly speed up a little bit? You know,
Yeah.
That's all in the filming process, and that's something we will always learn on a day-to-day basis. In terms of editing, compared to the first draft that they sent, compared to this one, it looks like 100 times better. I think the video flows way better. There's a little bit more structure to it. Obviously, it's like just a bunch of people having fun in a trampoline park, so there's not really the biggest story elements that you can add into it. But it's just like a spectacle video. It's like, oh, I can do this because I can. Here it is for 13 minutes.
Yeah.
I am interested to see how the title performs compared to the house, only because the house is so relatable because everyone lives in a house
Yeah.
or apartment or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But not everyone lives in the city.
Yeah.
So that's my only gripe.
We'll see. When I watched the video this morning, I thought it was great. I just left minor notes like about, oh, hey, change the music here.
Yeah, just small stuff.
Just like small stuff, right? You got to do those fine little tweaks and adjustments on every video. But just to give you guys context, when we review videos, basically the way it works, and I think sharing this stuff is very interesting. If it is very interesting, we can share more of it. If not, we don't have to. But like we, our editors will send us a video. Me, Cedric, and some of the other people on our production team will sit down and review it, sometimes with the editors, sometimes without, just depends on what we're doing that day. And then we will leave notes on the videos. Usually, so the notes will consist of a bunch of different things. It could be something as simple as, hey, cut the music here, or change this music to this beat. Or it could be something very advanced, like the last 19 seconds has me very confused because of X, Y, and Z. And then also, if we structured the 3-minute mark to align better with the 2-minute mark, then the expectation of the viewer would flow more frequently. And then like some of the notes are like very advanced, some of them are very simple. My point is like that was probably the most amount of notes that we've left on one video. I think it was like 120 notes on a video that was only like 14 minutes long.
Yeah, and on that pass, I haven't even finished putting my notes in.
And that was just on one draft. That was also on a final draft of the video. That wasn't a rough draft of the video. That was a final draft.
And that final that final was 17 minutes, and now the video's 13.
Yeah, 13.
Shaved off.
I might trim it a
4.
little bit, just a little bit, maybe like another, I don't know, 15 seconds. But
it's crazy how like precise we get with these reviews. Like, we'll just cut it off a little bit.
Dude, the smallest things kill our retention. Like
It's
if
insane.
we drag out an intro an extra 11 seconds and 20% of our audience clicks off in that last 11 seconds, it could hurt our retention by 3%.
Yeah, I mean,
And a 3% drop in retention might not sound like a big deal,
it's a lot.
but when you go from 63% retention to 60% retention, that's a big deal.
yeah. I mean,
So, and ultimately, another thing to touch on about retention, and also I'm going to have a whole course on retention completely free on our website, so please go watch it. It's probably the most valuable thing you can consume. But another thing about retention is one thing that I've learned about retention. Retention doesn't necessarily dictate the performance of your video right out the gate, but it will dictate the long-term performance of your video. That's one thing that I've noticed. And obviously, there's a lot of other things that you have to have. You can't just have great retention and instantly have a successful video, right? You have to have good CTR. You have to have, like, there's a lot of other factors. But one thing that I've noticed is, like, we've had some videos that have had insane retention, but they'll just slowly climb in views week over week over week over week.
it's the oven.
Yeah, it's the oven. It's cooking, right? So the higher you can get that retention, the better chicken that you have in that oven. You know what I mean?
I think that was a great way to end the podcast.
I agree. Go to our website, fill out the form, get yourself some free information. I don't charge $999 to sell you some BS course on YouTube that I copied from some other people.
Get yourself some chicken.
Get yourself some chicken. Go to the Blueprint website. We're going to give you real knowledge from a real creator that actually knows what they're doing.
All right. Bye.